Hello everyone, I am Priyanand from Career Development Center, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Happy to meet you all through this video session. We all know that the group discussion is an important and a crucial component in the placement process. In this video, we'll go through some key strategies that will help us to excel in the group discussion. Why group discussions? A group discussion, more than a selection process, we can call it as an elimination process. Normally in a group discussion, around 8 to 12 members will be there and a topic will be given, and from 10 to 20 minutes the discussion will be happening, and at the end the evaluation will be done. So this is the easy process for the recruiters to eliminate the people who are not performing in group discussion, because most of the time group discussion would be conducted just before the interview process. So it's an elimination process to filter and scrutiny people and make them eligible for the interview round. So it's very crucial part of the placement process. And what are the skills normally they evaluate through group discussion? Number one, as you all know, it is communication skills. Communication skill doesn't mean only uh, fluency in a language. It is more than that. The way I'm put forward my points, the way I convince people, the way they accept others' points, even the way I listen to the people. Communication is not only speaking, it's more about listening also, because an active listener only can become an effective communicator. The next to communication skill, it is interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are the skills that is very much needed to connect ourselves with other people, to relate ourselves with other people. It's very crucial in a group discussion process. And number three, problem solving skill. In a group discussion, at times there may be a situation where we need to handle with difference of opinion. There may be a situation where we need to face a kind of issue based discussions. So for that, problem solving skill would be very much helpful for us. And then emotional intelligence. In a group discussion, sometimes there may be a sensitive discussions may happen. Sometimes even it may be little controversial also. So at that time, balancing our emotions and very intelligently, in an emotionally intelligent way, we need to handle the discussion. And then general awareness in the sense, mostly the topic would be on current affairs, or current issues, or on any technical areas. So and our discussion very much it tells that how far we are aware in any particular topic. So these are the skills and knowledge sets that's normally evaluated in a group discussion. Let us see the preparation strategies for group discussions. We are going to come out with 3-step strategy. Number one, research the topic. Once the topic is given, thoroughly we need to research it, and we have to gather relevant facts, statistics, and industry insights relevant to it. The topics, there are different types of topics. In the next slide, we'll talk about different types of topics. Whatever the topic, but gathering relevant facts, statistics, and industry insights is very important to start with the preparation for discussion. And number two, it is practicing an active listening. Already I have told you one of the important thing in group discussion is listening, because an active listener can be an effective communicator. So we need to develop the ability to actively listen to your peers, and understand their perspectives and build upon their ideas. This is very important. But sometimes the topics, we may be knowing more about the topic, but it is not a presentation where just I'm going to talk about only whatever I know. It is a discussion where others' perspectives, others' ideas also involved over here. So listening to them makes me much relevant in the discussion and more valuable in the discussion. Number three, it is honing your communication. Practicing clear, concise, and confident verbal communication is always helpful for us to effectively convey our thoughts and ideas. So communication is essential, and as I've told you earlier, group discussion revolves on communication. The communication involves the way I put forward my ideas, at the same time how effectively I listen to people. So these three things are the main pillars in the preparation of group discussion. Topic knowledge and research. In the previous slide I've told you research is a topic, or making ourselves comfortable with the topic is very essential. So here I'm going to talk about three things which we need to look into to make ourselves comfortable with the topic. Number one, understand the topic. That is, understand it clearly. Once the topic is given by the moderator, listen to it and clearly understand what is this all about. If needed, even get clarity, more clarity from them to understand what really the topic is, because this understanding is very essential for you throughout the discussion to make your points more effectively, right? And the second thing is gather relevant information. Gather relevant information in the sense we would have already we know certain things about the topics. Because every time we cannot sit there and prepare for the group discussion. So already we should have some kind of background knowledge about the topic. But sometimes there are exceptions. Certain topics we may not be having more knowledge about it, more background knowledge about it. I'll tell you how to handle that kind of situation. But normally you need to have kind of a relevant understanding and information about it. So recollect those relevant information pertaining to the topic. Third thing is organize your thought. This is very essential point. Now you know about the topic, you have some information about it, but now you have to put it in the order. So prepare a structured approach to present your ideas coherently and logically during the group discussion. Order it from, because you are not going to just one time going to speak and you are going to come back. That's all. It's not like that. Throughout the GD, multiple entries you'll be making, multiple times you'll be going and you'll be talking, you'll be discussing, you'll be accepting, you may be agreeing, you may be disagreeing. Various times you'll be getting into the group discussion. So at that time and all, you need to have information in your hand. You need to have something interesting to talk over there. So you organize your points, which need to be told first, which need to be told second, which need to be reserved till the end. So that way you have to organize, structure your thoughts. This will be very helpful for you to make yourself more active and relevant throughout the discussion. Let us see the different types of group discussion topics. Number one, general topics. General topics would be mostly on day-to-day issues like food, culture, social media, um, anything that is in a very day-to-day we come across, and we doesn't need any special knowledge, background knowledge for this. With our day-to-day experience, we can handle these topics. Number two, current affairs topics. Current affairs needs more information. relevant to the topic. For example, a topic on elections, recent elections, or on budget session, or on any particular issue going on now in the society or in the country. So these kind of topics would be given. Unless otherwise, if you have knowledge about it, background knowledge, it would be very difficult for you to go with this particular topic. So we need to always update ourselves with this current affair things. Then only we can handle these topics. Number three, sensitive topics. Sensitive topics in the sense the topics which would be more sensitive or controversial. When a topic becomes controversial is if the topic is connected to any sensitive areas like religion, religious beliefs, or any community, or any political issue or any political leader. So these kind of things, when it is related to the topic, then it becomes sensitive and becomes controversial. Why? Because every member in the GD would be having a belief on it, even including us. We'll be having a belief. One side a belief we'll be having. That only will be going on now, and most of the time we'll try to defend that. Most of the time we'll try to insist on others to accept our points. If suppose if others are not accepting, if others are not giving a very just opposite to that, if they speak, we find difficult to accept it. That kind of situation may arise in these kind of topics. So to handle this, first of all, we should not get emotional. When we will not get emotional, if we are not attached with the topic. So we need to be totally detached with the topic, but we have to very effectively, we have to participate. So, for this, we need to first understand we have come here for this group discussion not to prove our point right or wrong, or to prove others' point right or wrong. No, for that we haven't come. We have come for this group discussion only to showcase our skills, our knowledge, and to get selected. If that is the objective, if we are having, obviously then we will not become emotional, and we will not get attached with the topic, and we'll be doing it in a very balanced way. So this is the strategy which we need to adapt for the sensitive topics. Next thing is technical topic. Technical topic normally would be related to your own area, your own discipline, or sometimes it would be related to any technology that is currently gaining momentum, something like that they may be asking. So this can be handled if you have background knowledge on it. And fifth is abstract topics. Abstract topics here means the topic that doesn't make any sense. We need to add value, we need to give sense for the topic in our discussion actually. For example, there is a topic, the black or black. Black is a topic, a group discussion topic, but as a topic it doesn't make any sense. This is just a color. Black means color, that's all. But what we can discuss over there, but now we have to give value to the topic by connecting it with anything like science and technology. You can connect it with religion, you can connect it with sentiments, you can connect it with culture, you can connect it with politics. By that way we add value to the topic, and from there the discussion takes on. So it's each one how we are adding value, how we are putting life into this particular topic. That only makes a bigger sense there in this abstract topics. And finally, we have case study topics. Case study topics here means a case study would be given there for the people, and for the team, and that case study need to be analyzed. uh, we'll be giving our own perspectives, we'll be coming out with our alternatives. So all these would be part of the discussion, and finally a conclusion would be arrived at. How effectively we participate, that matters, in the way how we make it more interesting by giving our own views. So these are the types of group discussion topics. To make yourself comfortable with most of these types of topics, you need to follow a strategy. That is, you need to be in touch with three things. Number one, global events. So what's happening around us? So through newspaper, watching news and getting, update yourself with events that is happening around us. The next is industry trends. What's happening there in the business arena, in industrial arena, what's happening, so this you need to really follow and you have to get updated, because if it is not only for the group discussion, even for the interview also it would be very helpful for you. Next is economic indicators. So these three things, global events, industry trends and economic indicators, it helps you to keep in touch with what's happening around us, and that especially these knowledge, this background knowledge will be helpful for you when you're given with current affairs topics or technical topics, case study topics. For these type of topics, it would be really helpful for you. Handling challenges in group discussion. Normally, what kind of challenges we may be coming across? Sometimes the topic we may not be much aware about it. So at that time, what we need to do? We may not be much of knowledge we may not be having in that topic. So that kind of challenge we maybe sometimes we may be coming across, or sometime in our group we find it very difficult to speak because of some people may be dominating throughout the GD. So you may not be getting a space to intrude and make your point very clear. That is sometimes you may be coming across that kind of difficulty. So these are some of the challenges sometimes we come across GD. So for this, what we need to do? Again, I'm telling there is no separate strategy and all. It is only your presence of mind, your your listening skill, your communication skill, your interpersonal skill. These things again, that's going to be very helpful for you to handle these challenges. First, active listening. Now imagine you have been given with a topic where you are not that much very informed about this topic. Now this topic is given. Normally, there is a strong belief that is the one who starts the GD, the one who initiate the GD, the ones the topic is given and the one initiate the beginning, that person will get more points or more marks. This way people believe. To some extent, it is not like they'll get more points, but there is an advantage for them. Once if you start the GD, you get control of the GD, and for some time the GD would be going on in your own, the way you started it in that line only, the GD would be going till someone takes it to a different platform. So that's the advantage of you starting the GD. But not always it will work out. Only if you're so confident about the topic, you're more informed about the topic, you have a lot of information to speak in the topic, at that time you starting the topic would be really advantageous for you. But every time it won't work out. For example, the extreme of other extreme is you don't know much about the topic. Now you cannot start the topic. Now you may be the last person to get into the topic also. Sometimes that may happen. But whatever the case, you have to get into the topic at least within 1 or 2 minutes, 2 minutes maximum. Okay, so 2 minutes over means then by the time you have to get in, you cannot delay furthermore. But delaying when it happens, you don't know about the topic. Now you have to listen to the people. So listen to the people when they are doing the discussion, when they are talking. Slowly the topic will be revealed to you. Now you will understand once 1 or 2 people they are talking and more points are coming in, and by this time slowly you will get to know about what is the topic is all about. So at this time, get all the information, put your perspective into it, how you will look into it, so your perspective also you add into it, and then you present yourself with your perspectives. That's how you have to handle. So for this you need to be really good in listening. You should be an active, because actively listening to your peers, and understanding their perspectives will help you to build your ideas. Okay, so you can build on their ideas and you can make it more interesting. So that's one thing. And next thing is you need to articulate clearly. Okay, speak clearly, concisely, and confidently to convey your thoughts and opinions effectively to the group. For example, you need to get the attention of the people. In the sense, suppose 2-3 people are continuously talking, you're not getting the space at that time and all. The point which you are going to talk, you are going to tell, you have to make it so clear. Sometimes even little a very shocking statement you can make, very interesting statistics you can give, uh, very shocking statistics also you can give. So by that way you can get the attention of the people, and from there you can take it forward. But voice modulation is very important in group discussion. That voice modulation only bring people's attention to you. So when you have to speak in a very low voice, when you have to speak a little bit, in a higher voice, that you should know. And if you apply it properly, wonderfully, you can make your presence there in the GD. And another thing is interpersonal dynamics. Okay, engage with the group in a very respectful and collaborative manner. Okay, so contribute to the overall discussion constructively. That's very important to make it happen, right? So this way you can handle any challenges that comes across while you are doing the discussion. One of the important thing in communication is body language. So far we have discussed about listening and communicating in group discussion. The most important thing is body language. In a research, they tell that whatever we speak, in that 55% it is body language, and 38 55 percentage body language, 38% it is the voice modulation, and only 7% is the word that makes an impact. So impact wise, if you see, 55% our body language makes an impact, 38% our voice modulation makes an impact, and 7% the words which we speak makes an impact. So 55% body language, we need to be really careful about what kind of body language we showcase in the group discussion. So I'm going to talk about three things here in the body language part. Number one, it is eye contact. Maintaining eye contact with your peers to demonstrate engagement and building trust is very important. Okay, so eye to eye contact means it is not staring at the people. It is you are communicating not only through your words, you are showing your genuinity, and you can build trust, and you can engage in the very constructive discussion when we are having the eye to eye contact. Probably you would have already experienced this kind of wonderful communication when you are talking to people, who are keeping eye to eye contact, proper eye to eye contact with us. So try to maintain a good eye to eye contact with people in the group discussion. Number two, it is the posture. So maintaining an upright, confident posture, to it's very essential to convey professionalism and self-assurance. So the way you are seated, the way you are, looking at people, so that way the turning around and talking, that kind of thing and all. We need to be very careful. It should not be so offensive, the postures. We need to maintain a professional posture, the upright posture they call it as, so that's what they call it as professional, seated straight. When it is required, little bit leaning in the front and listening to people, because one of the very interesting body language is leaning in front. That means you are listening to people. When someone is talking, when I'm leaning in front, it shows that I'm interested in what you're talking, and I'm listening, I'm giving full attention to what you're talking. That's what I'm conveying through this body language. So be a little attentive and conscious about your posture. Next is gestures. Gestures is mostly hand gesture. Of course, we are going to be seated normally in an oval shape or a round shape or in a U shape. We'll be seated in a group discussion. So in that kind of situation, hand gestures would be playing a very big role. So use appropriate hand gestures. This is to emphasize your points and they keep the discussion lively. But it overdoing it will make it more irritating also. So don't do that. Relevant hand gestures we can show, appropriate so hand gestures need to be done, and mostly if you're not pointing out fingers on others, that we need to very much we have to avoid it. That's very wrong. Pointing the finger and talking to people, avoid it. Don't bring the hand in front of your face, because it should not break the eye-to-eye contact which you are having with other participants. So avoid those things. Apart from that, hand gestures will really helpful for you to convey your point very clearly and lively. And final one, facial expression. In that, of course, I put it as smile, because that is a major thing in the facial expression. Facial expression matters a lot because you are conveying to your facial expression. In that, one of the very important things, a warm, friendly smile. This really can help you build good rapport with the people, and it will create a positive impression with the people, a smile wherever required. So that this kind of body language, if you are exhibiting there in the group discussion, it will make us more effective there, and it will make give you confidence, and you will also uh, make a wonderful impression with the people. With this, we have come to the end of the session. As I told you, group discussions are an integral part of the placement process, and preparing for a GD very much it can increase your chances of getting selected. So remember, preparation is key. Okay, and with the right mindset and approach, really you can perform wonderfully in your group discussion, and that will give you a long lasting impression over there that will take you to the next level of selection process. Thank you. All the best.